Exactly 2 months ago, President Trump declared that the 15 coronavirus cases in the U.S. would be close to zero in a couple of days. We all now know how wrong that was. As we come on the air this week, the number of cases in America is closing in on 1 million. At least 53,000 Americans have died. In the weeks since the first stay-at-home orders, more than 26 million Americans have lost their jobs, and officials across the country have been wrestling with the dilemma of our time: how to contain the public health emergency without crushing the economy. This week, states like Georgia and Oklahoma began to reopen for business. More will follow starting Monday, as others like North Carolina, Connecticut, and Michigan extend their restrictions into May and beyond. Michigan's Governor Gretchen Whitmer has faced down protests over her stay-at-home order. She joins us this morning from Lansing. Good morning, Governor Whitmer. How are you today?
Good morning. Glad to be with you.
You know, you've decided to extend your stay-at-home order until May 15th, but eased up on some things like boating and golfing. How long do you expect the broader order to be in place, and what will it take to lift it?
Well, I've extended my order through May 15th with the acknowledgement that there may be adjustments that are necessary in the interim or to extend it as well. Again, what we know is that we have to have robust testing. We have to have community tracing. We've got to have a plan for isolation for people that do get tested positive for COVID-19 in the future. And as we think about re-engaging sectors of our economy, really analyzing the risk associated with a particular sector, scoring that risk, determining what protocols need to be in place, and being really smart about taking a step forward, measuring, understanding what it's meant before we take another step forward, or sometimes might have to take a step backward. We've got to be nimble and we have to follow the science and be really smart about how we re-engage, because no one, even if you're a protester or you're the sitting governor or you're on another side of the issue, we know that no one wants a second wave. It would be devastating for the health of our people and for our economy. And so we've got to be really smart as we re-engage.
You know, your legislature has now set up an oversight committee to oversee your actions. Any concern that you've gone too far in any way with the stay-at-home restrictions?
No. I know that what we have done, the vast majority of people in Michigan agree with and have done the right thing. Because of that, what was looking to be, just an astronomical increase and predictions with regard to how many people would lose their lives from COVID-19, we have flattened that curve because people are doing the right thing and people recognize the value of the order that I've issued. We also know that at the time, Michigan had the third highest death rate, the third highest number of positive COVID cases, and we are the 10th most populous state. So we had a unique issue here in Michigan. It was hitting us incredibly hard, and that's why we had to have a unique solution. Even though it was more aggressive than other states, we have started to really push down that curve, and we've saved lives in the process.
In Detroit, Democrats have censured one of your state representatives who credited President Trump with advocating that drug hydroxychloroquine. And this, of course, comes on the heels of the president's comments suggesting injecting disinfectants could kill the virus, something that should be investigated. Was this censure of your state representative appropriate? And what's been the impact of those disinfectant comments from the president?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not getting involved in those maneuverings of what's happening there. I can just say this, that it's really important we get this right. We need to listen to experts and to doctors. I know this state rep credits hydroxychloroquine with her, success with COVID-19. But I do also know that the medical professionals are saying, that that's not the case. We should not make that assumption. All I know is this: when the person with the most powerful position on the planet is encouraging people to think about disinfectants, whether it was serious or not, people listen. And so we have seen an increase in numbers of people calling poison control. And so I think it's really important that every one of us with a platform disseminate medically accurate information. And I want to say, unequivocally, no one should be using disinfectants to digest it, to fight COVID-19. Please don't do it. Just don't do it.
the next battleground in Congress is going to be over aid to states. I know you've projected about a $3 billion hole in your state budget coming out of this crisis. You've heard Senator McConnell, the Republican leader in the Senate, suggest that some states should consider bankruptcy. Is default an option for the state of Michigan?
No, and it's outrageous for Senator McConnell to even suggest that. The fact of the matter is, our general fund budget, when adjusted for inflation, is the same size it was when Richard Nixon was our president. We have been incredibly smart stewards. We have not made some of the investments I think we should have as a state because of this artificially low number that we've been working with. But the fact of the matter is that for Senator McConnell to suggest that is incredibly dangerous. And I don't think that the vast majority of governors in this country, Republican and Democratic, would agree with him. He's wrong, and we need Congress to step up and help states because this pandemic, it's because of this global pandemic that we are all having to make tough decisions. We need the federal government to have our backs.
Finally, Governor Whitmer, we've got an election, as you know, coming up in November. What steps are you taking in your state to ensure that voters can go to the polls in a safe manner?
Well, we're encouraging people to vote by mail. Michigan's made great strides in terms of that ability just in the last couple of years. The people of our state said we want that right, and so we amended our Constitution. We're really going to encourage everyone who can vote by mail to do that. We can't put off an election because of a pandemic, but we can take the appropriate steps to keep people safe so that they can exercise their right in this country of ours and stay safe in doing it. We don't want people to come out and congregate anywhere right now, much less for the foreseeable future. And so everything we can do to encourage vote by mail is absolutely the most important thing we can do, and that's what we're doing.
Governor Whitmer, thanks for your time this morning.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.